start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Cook?
Present.
Mrs. Thompson? Present. Mrs. McHugh? Present. Mrs. Bobbsey? Present. Mrs. Rosendahl? Present. Mrs. George is absent. Mr. Bishop is absent. Ms. Brown? Present. Mr. Long is absent. And Ms. True is absent.
Alrighty, do we have any amendments to tonight's agenda?
No.
Let's get a motion on that, please.
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
It's moved by Member Thompson, supported by Member McHugh to adopt the agenda for the December 16, 2024 regular meeting as presented. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Strudel here. All right. Consent agenda, please.
Under the consent agenda, you are approving the minutes from the special meeting and the closed session meeting of November 19, 2024 as presented. You are also approving general fund bills in the amount of $265,653.32, AP payroll checks in the amount of $14,329.98, a total of $279,983.30 with checks numbered 70067 through 70148, and ACH transfer in the amount of $674,432.80 for a total of $954,416.10 with no checks voided, no sinking funds bills, and no additional bills. Under personnel, changing assignment Janine Fox from sub-driver to regular driver, retirement of Loretta DeLong, junior high school art teacher. I make a motion to approve the items under the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
It's moved by Member Bobson, supported by Member Rosenau to approve the items under the consent agenda as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. Student of the month is next. Mrs. Hankins, take the floor.
We actually have two student of the months tonight because last month one of our students couldn't make it, so I'll start with last month's. Juliana Zambo, did you want to come up? Juliana was nominated by her 5th grade teacher, Mr. Chiplack, who wrote, "Juliana works hard on a daily basis. She has an exceptional work ethic and is dedicated to understand what we are working on in class. Juliana is also a role model throughout the building. Whether she is going above and beyond with her safety job or just helping a friend in need, Juliana always does an awesome job." So if we could give a round of applause to Juliana. All right, and then if you just want to go stand by your mom, then we'll go in back and get your picture, okay? All right, and then our next student of the month was Aaliyah Giancola. And she's back here, come on up. And Aaliyah was nominated by her 3rd grade teacher, Ms. Short, who wrote, "Leah displays outstanding citizenship through her kindness, respect, and willingness to always help others. Her positive attitude and dedication to doing her best make her a role model in our classroom. Keep up the great work." Good job.
All right, for our junior high, we have Kylie Williams. Come on up, Kylie. Miss Nicholson from our lunchroom, our business or food director, nominated Kylie, and she said that Kylie is always polite, helpful, and well behaved in the lunchroom. She always has a smile and a joy to be around. And I would definitely say 100%, welcome to the junior high. You've done a great job. Thank you, Dr. Carney.
So I'm pretty sure that you're going to be able to carry that conversation for a long time. But your dedication, your focus, your perseverance, you've shown what it means to aim high. I couldn't resist, both literally and figuratively. But behind every target that you've hit and every personal record, there are countless hours of practice, support from your families, your extended family, your parents, that hopefully you all have recognized was an integral part of this process. As a testament to all of you and to your families and parents and your even broader community, your coaches, everybody involved, we have gotten some signs for the side of the road that we are very much looking forward to putting up in the spring that honor your achievements. So, Adam, now.
Why don't you guys come in the center?
Oh, okay.
And then when they come in the center,
Thank you, Adam. So we'll have it on
how about the team?
Yeah, you will definitely get a picture of them with that, but this will be on the roadside that our maintenance director is securing so that when you drive into Memphis, that we will see this.
Hey, Sarah,
Yeah, sorry.
will you guys back all the way up to us?
Oh, sure.
Can we get the entire team in front of them, please, for a picture?
Oh, that's a good idea. And family, honestly.
Yeah.
Everybody's here, coaches. I'll go underneath you. Okay. Wait, you guys are too tall, we're gonna have to go in the front. I definitely need to go in the front. Adam, you're good.
Get in there.
Yeah, you guys are getting too, absolutely.
Tall people in the back, short people in the front.
That's me on the shortest, that's why you know. I think, Adam, you're doing a great job.
All right, 1, 2, 3, shoot.
It's technically pull, but
Pull. All right.
All right, that's a good
Congratulations. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Did anybody have anything that they wanted to say on what this means to the team? We know what it means to the community, but
Very proud of all of them. I mean, they all shot really good that day. It was good. Some of us had our personal best. Chris shot a 99 out of 100.
unbelievable.
Yep.
So that's incredible.
Yeah.
Sarah, how many are still here this year?
There were,
How many returning?
How many returning?
yeah, how many returns? I think I know of like, was it 4
all
seasons?
5 of the ones that we use the scores for the championship are back.
Yep, we got this year's.
Nice.
Yeah.
5 of the 6.
Yeah.
We had 2 with the same score, 92. One's gone, one's back.
Well, we're very proud of you, so thank you.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay,
You're more than welcome to stay. But...
basketball, gotta go.
Oh, basketball. Okay.
And they need to-
We might see you in there.
Thank you again. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, we've got. Before we get to our next agenda item.
Sorry, Brian.
Right, you sure know how to clear a crowd.
Hold on. Wait. There's a couple. There's a couple more board recognitions, really quick.
Yes.
Hold on. No. You want? Oh, his is actually an agenda item.
I thought it was, I'm sorry.
I just have to let you all know that Mr. Esch yesterday needs a shout out as he and 8 choir members came to the senior dinner in Waco and started it out with Christmas carols for them. And it was along with the high school Leos. some of the choir members, and some of the choir members are Leo. So it was really nice. We had about 12 junior high school students there, and the seniors were just so impressed by them. So it was really nice.
So they came and sang.
They came and sang, and I have some pictures for you if you want them. So it was awesome, and with everything else he's doing this week, that they took the time out to do that was really amazing. So I appreciate it.
I love that.
Ms. Bobbsey?
So I have a handwritten note that was given to me that I want to read. It says, "Hi, I'm Chelsea Jaskowski, right? Jaskowski. I go to Memphis Elementary. I'm in 5th grade. I would really love it if you let 6th grade and elementary. Here are some reasons why I would like to have 6th grade and elementary. One reason is that I will miss all my teachers that I've had. The second reason is my class really wants new recess equipment, like me in safety patrol. My last reason is it would make it easier to transition to junior high. So me and my class would love it if you let 6th grade to be in elementary. Love, Chelsea."
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. All right, now we have the Be the Difference Award, and we will turn it back over to Mrs. Bellwood.
Okay, sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
I don't want to miss anything because I mean, we all know how great Brian is, right? On a regular daily basis. But with the DOJ, Department of Justice grant that was awarded to the district has come, I can't even quantify it, the amount of responsibility and hours that Brian has had to, and selflessly given the district. So I'm going to stay on script now. I have the distinct honor of recognizing someone whose dedication, positivity, perseverance, expertise, and tireless efforts have made a monumental impact on our district. It is my great pleasure to present the Be the Difference Award to Brian Gerstenberger, our Technology Director Extraordinaire. Brian's long tenure with the district speaks volumes of his dedication and commitment to our community, school, staff, and students. And over the years, every last one of us in here has experienced his incredible work ethic, his knowledge, and his problem-solving prowess. But real of why Brian Gerstenberger is amazing. What truly sets him apart now is his leadership in this Department of Justice Critical Communication Grant Project. It was a massive undertaking. I'm actually grateful that he's kept me out of 99.9% of it. And has put his leadership on a whole new level. He has ensured that our critical communication system is operational, and it is an incredibly complex, huge responsibility, but he has approached it with unmatched dedication and perseverance. Everyone in here needs to know that the countless hours he has put in, just 9 on Saturday alone, which he's working Saturdays all the time. It can't even be quantified. Nights, weekends, holidays, early mornings. It's not just the time that he invests, but it's the results he delivers. And with a smile on his face, and typically a really funny story about how something hurt him or something. It's so funny when he tells you these stories. You embody what it means to be the difference, and I hope you know how much you are loved and appreciated, Ryan. And I see you brought somebody tonight.
Yeah, and she's got a speech prepared.
You have to go around that way, but also you have to give a speech, Ryan.
Sarah told me I would not have to.
Great.
That's the first rule of IT. Turn it on.
I know, I forget.
Less than one.
Restart it.
I forget it.
I know, don't call them unless you restarted it.
Start first.
Okay, Brian and Danielle, we have to get pictures.
All right, congratulations.
wish I had a
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, that takes us to reports. Student rep report. What do we have this evening?
So the SAT group, it's going good. We had our second meeting last week. Tomorrow should be straightforward. So far it's going really good. We're having about 15 kids come to each one. We're kind of doing like a kickoff where we figure out what we need to look at and what strengths we need. And then another thing is I went to go talk to Miss Stanley's National Honor Society Steward Council. And they kind of gave me some ideas on what they thought could improve our school. We're kind of looking at them see what's actually doable because I mean, it is some junior high kids, so you get some silly responses.
Like having success.
Yeah, one kid told me they wanted like a ninja cord, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll put that on the list. But yeah, some of it's really easy. It's like little adds to the lunch menu, or things like that, or just some like appreciation for some people.
Speaking of the lunch menu, we've been creating a food survey, kind of just to keep seeing like what food we should keep, what food we should get away. And then we're actually going to bring in some testing days of different foods. And so we're kind of planning that with Ms. Nicholson right now. And then actually on Friday we're having the elementary student section to bring in some kids to come in. So thanks, Ms. Hankins. Yeah. And then actually me and Carter and I are actually going to go over at their assembly and make sure we can get them to come. And Ms. Coppins brought in, she said maybe we should do like t-shirts so they have like something to remember. But we're going to do that, and then Ms. Phillips and the student council have done a great job on the student section. I could say I've never had that big of a student section for a basketball game. So I think they've definitely put in a lot of work. And then we also have the tackle cheerleaders coming to the game on Friday too, for a doubleheader. So
Awesome.
Cool. Thanks for pursuing that. Yeah, the three of you.
Awesome. Excellent work. Any questions for our student reps tonight? I would just like to say,
Can I say something?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to say, as far as what you guys have been doing for the student section, I was telling Mrs. Avalera this, and I felt like I had to bring it up. I went to the boys' game last week. The girls had the game the next night, and I was not there, but you said it was the best crowd you guys have ever had.
it was full. I've
So-
never seen a girls' game full.
For the boys' game, they did a Pop-A-Shot fundraiser. That was the funnest thing that I've watched in a long time. There was probably 40 people that came out on that floor. It was well run, the kids were involved, and they were helping out in every way. The Vassar team came out at halftime, and they were cheering people on. They were waiting to get on the court because there were so many people. They were cheering people on. A couple Vassar players, JV players, even were in the line. So it was a ton of
That's
fun.
cool.
Yeah, we're also doing that for elementary on Friday. We're just going to make it a little closer. But we're definitely incorporating them in.
That's so fun. If you have something, I can send out a school messenger and let the parents know too.
We're working on
Okay,
that.
perfect.
Yeah.
Just let me know when
We
you
have like a little flyer that
Okay,
we
perfect.
with us. So.
Great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
the kids are all talking about it. I'm telling you, my daughter came home so excited about, there were some kids at the junior high game because the varsity game was after, and she just said, oh my gosh, the crowd was so loud. There was never that many students. It was so awesome. And she's a player, so it pumped them up, and they were very excited about it. So awesome job.
Thank you.
Another thing that has been added is DJ Coppins, so every time there's timeout with that day.
Oh,
So it's not just in the law, we have
Love
the
it.
background music.
That's
So
great.
we're hoping that maybe Mr. Pilgrim, he says he's gonna come to a lot of the games as well, so maybe he can incorporate some of his DJing skills.
I think
Was
that's
he
great.
good? Is he the DJ?
Well, just, being another person. so
Oh, I
you
get
have
it,
to-
yeah. I mean,
He's
He's good and it's appropriate.
That's good. All right. All right, thank you. Administrative reports. Mrs. Hankins, you want to kick us off?
I will. First of all, thank you so much for allowing the three of us the opportunity to attend the MESPA conference. I know that we walked away with a lot of valuable information and takeaways, and just the time to be around other administrators, I think, was very powerful. As a teacher, I really relied on that time with other teachers, and I don't think I realized how much I missed that in this capacity. So although it's always awesome to meet with these two, it was also awesome to just be around so many other administrators and hear their struggles and their successes and everything that they're doing, and I'm just grateful for that opportunity, so thank you. I thought at first, geez Louise, it's the first week of December, how is this ever going to work? But it did, and snow day and all, it worked, and it was awesome.
We were in meetings all day for that.
I know.
Which was fun.
Yeah, we learned a lot.
We sure did.
Powerful. All right, the Christmas concert was on Wednesday. They did a fantastic job. It was full, and Ms. Hewlett just does wonderful with those students, so that was nice to see. Mr. Ash also with the fourth graders. It's really cool to see the difference between the third and the fourth grade and what they do. Also, on Thursday, our GSRP hosted their gingerbread night, so that was a sticky, fun time. It's like it's a big event for those preschoolers. They come in their pajamas, and they do a lot of hard work on those houses. I don't know if they do more eating or more building, but it's a good event. The staff on December 3rd had their second session with Julia Lindsay, with Reading Above the Fray, talking about those science of reading practices. She did not know that we were with bookworms, and she had a whole section about how great bookworms does with all these science of reading practices, so that was a good reminder that we're on the right track and all the hard work we're doing is for a good reason. Drama Club has started practicing with all the Wicked famousness. They're doing the play Wicked Is as Wicked Does, and that will be on March 6th. With a school performance on March 7th. So you're welcome to join either of those. Mrs. Kirschling and Mrs. Gibbert are co-directing the play this year. And Ms. Green and Ms. Kirschling have been working tirelessly with our community partners, thank you Nancy, to provide holiday meals and gifts to 26 Memphis families, but I think it ended up being 30 all in the end. And we're just appreciated.
Can I ask a quick question? When do they go out?
This week.
Okay, because I forgot to give all the rolls out.
The rolls, did you say?
Saturday, so I have a lot in my car that you can add to your basket.
Okay, if you want to hop in my car after this, I can just run them across the street. I think that they start picking up Tuesday and Wednesday, or Wednesday and Thursday, I can't remember.
Okay.
And
Are we
that-
still short one basket, do you know?
They did not tell me anything today, but I was kind of all over the place finishing up observations in the central office today. But I can shoot a quick text and I'll find out while we're here. And that's it. I'd be happy to answer any questions. I hope everybody has a happy holiday and a great. Anything you need to know, I'll answer if I have you.
Any questions for Ms. Jenkins tonight?
All right.
Thank you. Mr. Zakowski?
I have to second the thank you for the municipal opportunity. It was definitely a great conference and incredibly informative. Had a chance to discuss middle level topics with principals around the state of Michigan, so that was absolutely fantastic. Also, the highlight of celebrating Susan as the Region 6 honoree. Congratulations again. That was absolutely great.
Thank you.
It's well deserved. The SAT Prep Black Book resource was provided and reviewed with all core high school teachers at the most recent staff meeting. While the MSTEP test prep resources were also shared with junior high teachers. Test taking strategies, hidden test tips, and even practice questions are integrated in this instructional resource for our teachers. We are continuing to offer SAT prep courses, so the next one will be tomorrow for all 10th and 11th grade students. More information was sent out with the MECS weekly, so parents were aware of that. On Monday, December 9th, Mr. Esch and the choir delivered an absolutely fantastic holiday concert. Looking ahead, the Mighty Band will present their holiday band concert this Thursday, December 19th. And wanted to let you know, Minna Terrell, RESA consultant for high school, has visited our school 2 times now and is supporting Mrs. Solkowski and Mrs. Miskell for the building keeping classrooms. They will complete their training here end of this week, and then she'll be coming back for the remainder of the year to continue to support both of those teachers. And then we have scheduled best practicing support for all staff during our staff meetings as well. So,
You want to share some of the things that's been shared? I think they have, some of the practices, because they might not know what that means.
well, we were looking at, she wanted to start off with the engagement strategies, and we were going to continue with Kagan strategies as well. But she also wanted to focus on QRT, the question response techniques, and really focus on honing on asking appropriate questions to students. What questions, the higher level thinking questions, so they're not just single answer questions. She said that once we have a schedule, she's going to bring that in, and we're going to discuss that looking forward after the Christmas break. So that's going to be the focus for our teachers moving forward.
Was she from RESA?
Yep.
Have they come up with a lot more examples for high school, junior high than they had before? Or like people doing it? I know one of the biggest roadblocks before was having actual concrete things that are used in a junior high, high school as compared to an elementary. I just wondered.
That's what her #1 focus was, that technique, especially in the science math realm.
Oh.
So she said can be used in all subject areas. So she wants to start with that and then continue working on the engagement strategy.
And she's the only secondary consultant, so they're separate.
That's awesome. Thank you.
And then we have our holiday door decorating contest, costume. This is a student-led event, so highlights are, we're going to be focusing on the creativity, strong holiday themes, significant student contributions, and designs that are both visually appealing and easy to read. Tomorrow's the last day, and then we will be giving a top three, but then one class will win the ultimate prize. And it's going to be their choice, whether it's hot cocoa, pizza party, ice cream party, whatever that class would like to have. So it's going well. We have some last minute additions that were happening today, but they're looking very good. So if you have an opportunity to walk through the building, check them out.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Zakowski tonight? All right, Mr. Walsh.
Okay, good evening. Just a couple things I wanted to point out from my monthly reports. So the first, the qualifying statement for the year has been filed and we were approved, so we do have qualifying status. And essentially this is important because as we sell our bonds in January, February, we will need to have qualifying status to do this. So that is an important step and we now have that. Our Moody's business rating was issued. That has remained unchanged from prior year. We are still receiving the rating of A2, and this has been the same for the last 10 years. So that's good news that remains unchanged. That is a healthy rating. That is also important as we go to bond sale. That is our credit risk. The last thing I just wanted to touch on was our 27K grant. So that was the state's grant to reimburse for staff members for student loan payments, those staff members that were eligible. We did have 9 staff members that were eligible and qualified for the program. 6 of those staff members had made monthly payments over the last 12 months, so we were able to reimburse $9,540 to those 6 staff members. So that was great, and that went out with the last paycheck in November, so that was good. There is a round 2 coming out for that, so it will be for the current state's fiscal year, so from September to October of next year. So once we receive funding for that, then there will be all of those employees that qualified for round 1 will again qualify for round 2. So those that will have made monthly payments will be reimbursed up to $200 once again.
Awesome. Any questions for Mr. Walsh? Now ready. That is it for reports. Do we have anybody registered for public comment?
We do not.
Correspondence, Troon School Law Notes is all we have this evening. Anybody have anything on that? They do not. Going once. Alrighty, let's move on to action items. A, oath of office for re-elected member Leslie Rosenau. Take it over.
This is just, so we could share with the board, but Leslie accepted and everything was sent to the county and she already didn't want to, but this is for her. I wanted to share with everybody. Thank you to my family for doing it. Everyone's at the basketball game. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and that you will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of member of the Board of Education of the Memphis Community School District, Memphis, Michigan, according to the best of your ability?
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Carter. Thank you. You walked in at perfect timing.
Alrighty. Bond sale resolution adoption. Let's get the motion on the floor.
I move to adopt the bond sale resolution as presented.
Support.
It was moved by member McHugh, supported by member Bobstein to adopt the bond sale resolution as presented. Discussion. Any discussion, questions, comments? Alrighty, hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Next action item would be C. And let's get that motion, please.
I move to approve the contract renewal for Shannon Porter, 50% special ed director as presented.
Support.
It was moved by member Bobbsey, supported by member Rosenau to approve the contract renewal for Shannon Porter, 50% special ed director as presented. Any discussion?
Is she working out good?
Yeah.
Good, good.
Mhm.
Even just being the 50%, that's working out good.
So we tried, at first, we didn't have that, like a one building each day, and we found that it was important for our teachers, or that they knew one day that she was gonna be in this building, and one day,
I
since she's
see.
only 50%, so it's 2.5 days.
Okay, okay.
So, that was a lot of the initial kinks,
Okay,
but, yeah,
good.
Virginia is still working with her as a secretary?
yep.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Superintendent comments, Mrs. Dudley.
Ooh, there's quite a bit, but I'm just gonna sort of cliff note it. Obviously, I'll piggyback off of, everyone else's. It's just been such a celebratory meeting. I also wanted to point out, in addition to Susan, you know, our maintenance director, Mike, is doing a phenomenal job, and he's also going to have a expanded role once, he's working with the construction companies to manage, he won't be managing, but you understand.
Sure.
To keep that pulse, so I just
Good.
wanted to point him out. Of course, Brian and Sarah Hewlett just does such a wonderful job with that concert, and, it was remarkable, and the dancing,
Yeah.
the dancing, the kids were doing on the side, it was so cute.
It is cute. And a lot of those younger kids are really like shy and afraid to get up on stage, much more than I've seen before. So it took a lot for those kindergartners and first graders to step there, and she did a nice job encouraging them and
She sure
providing
did.
them support to get
Yeah,
up there.
great, and it was wonderful, and your teachers, like, one of Susan, Mrs. Clay's, she came up to me crying, she said, I'm so glad you saw it, you know, he's grown so much, so it was just like a heartwarming experience all around, so I wanted to point that out as well. The main thing that I wanted to make sure that you all are starting to be aware of is that, with the Public Act 146, it's also, like in our circles, known as the dyslexia law. There are multiple pieces of MTSS that are required to be maintained, and also documents of Tier 2 instruction, which is small group instruction in the form of an intervention, including the progress report, progress monitoring documents. Those have never, up until this point, had to be submitted anywhere. But at my superintendent meeting this last week, the superintendents were informed, you make sure that you keep your Tier 2 intervention logs, because we have to upload that to the state once this law goes into effect. So it's very, very important. They're going to tell us who can do the testing, the screening assessment, and then K and 3 has a different, K3 has to be tested for dyslexia 3 times a year, and then 4 to 12, they'll itemize it. But as of this moment in time, it is not funded, so that is going to be very interesting to see how that comes out. So I just wanted to keep that on your radar, because that did just pass.
So who will be doing the testing?
They have not told us who they deem qualified yet at this point. Once they deem qualified, RISA is going to be sending a document out to the locals that says, if this person is doing your dyslexia screening, they have to meet this, and this criteria, and they're going to be doing substantial training to the people who are identified. Some of the main conversations that have taken place so far is, so like if most districts will end up being their coach, right, at the elementary level, because K3 is 3 times a year. That's a huge human resource that is taken away from their coaching cycles. So that's what the regional education associations are trying to push the state to include funding, because really, if this is going to happen, then it has to happen 3 times a year at K3, and then additionally 4 to 12, just not as often. We do need that human resource able to provide that. They also have not said which screeners, so likely they're going to come out with, you can use this, or this. And further, they're going to, mandate what type of reading materials, which is sure to include the science of reading, so we should be very grateful that performs is already based on the science degree. So there's just a lot to
Are they using
unpack.
Gordon Gillingham as one of the best
They
practices?
haven't come out and said, but, I mean, we're all anticipating that that's gonna be one, or Tatum reading, or, you know, something like that, so.
With no funding.
No. As of this moment in
When
time.
you go forth through high school and you say, you know, not as many times, is it only if the students are not passing in the area of language arts and?
If they have to,
WA?
so if for 4 to 12, they will be screened if they exhibit behaviors or difficulties indicating a need, such as they are avoiding reading comprehension tasks, or they are showing a deficit in comprehension tasks. That's just one of the examples that it gave. But my assumption would be it will also be a state assessment threshold, just like the read by grade 3. If they got a certain score, they had to get those. My assumption is on our state assessments, we would be, students would be identified.
Okay. And if they were already certified in special ed in the area of language arts, they would still have to be tested too?
Because they want to make dyslexia a whole separate category, so not just, like right now, SLD covers, specific learning disability covers
Right.
dyslexia, but if they want it to be a whole separate category of special ed, which is part of, is that opening, is how many then certification
And
levels?
universities haven't changed their instruction, so
Right.
it's not changed. I mean, they can make it a new part, but it's gonna be the same
Right,
instruction,
yeah.
and which will be, yeah.
It's very fascinating to see how this is played out. So I just really wanted to make sure everybody is aware of that, because we just talked about it last week at the student meeting, and there is a lot of pieces that are gonna require a whole, again, even just the tier 2 documents, the progress monitoring documents being uploaded to the state. I mean, nobody does that right now. And so if you're not, basically, I think what they're trying to do is, if you don't have a tier 2 small group intervention, what are you doing? Is my assumption and interpretation of that.
They're probably gonna piggyback off 31A uploads.
That's exactly
I mean,
what they're doing.
That's, I'm
Mhm.
assuming what they would do, which are actually fairly easy.
I would hope,
I mean,
Yeah.
31A ones are.
those ones are, no, I would hope it would be the piggyback. Yeah.
Wow,
Mhm.
that's a lot of work.
Yeah. So that's the big thing for me, so.
Okay, any questions for Mrs. Davila tonight? Mr. Long, did you have anything you wanted to share from your student report?
The Mrs. Phillips section here, I don't know what you spoke on, but, okay. I've been working with Mrs. Phillips to help just continue the student section building stuff. We're incorporating elementary schools, and we're gonna do the same thing for the pop shop, but we're gonna move the lineup a little bit closer for them, because I don't think that'd be very fair to have them shooting a high school free throw. But other than that, I mean, pretty much the same thing as we were doing last week. The poster building's gonna continue, pop shop's gonna stay the same. I think we're still doing taco nights, and slushy stuff is gonna continue happening, so just gonna keep that rolling.
Sounds like it's working.
Yeah, I will tell you, and thank you. They shared some of what you were doing, but I'm glad you made it.
I had to go home and shower.
Oh, no, you're fine.
You wouldn't have wanted, you would
You're
have
fine.
had, you would have had me leave if I came.
No, you're good. No, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you for what you're doing with the student section, because a positive student section at an athletic event is super important, not only to the folks playing, as you certainly know, and anyone else that plays sports, but to the school and the community as well. And it was great to hear that the folks from the other team were even jumping in on it, right? So you get a positive thing going. Yes, you're trying to beat the opposing team, but you can still have fun with even the opposing team.
Yeah,
So that's great.
It was really cool to see everybody go down and take the pop a shot and just be having fun down there. I mean, all sorts of different age groups, kids, parents, teenagers. I mean, it was really cool. And I don't think the girls game, and specifically the girls game, I don't think we've ever had that many kids at a girls game, at least that I've seen, since probably freshman year. So that was really cool.
That's
to see.
awesome. I wonder if the principals should be doing that pop and shot.
I think you should.
Backup to the 3 point.
Just to make it fair.
Oh, so we're bragging now. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure only like 3 or 4 kids won a pop, so we ended up pretty positive there for money.
Revenue generator. All right. Anything else? Thank you, Mr. Long. Anything else from Mrs. Doppler tonight? All right. Any need for a closed session this evening? Beautiful. In that case, we shall need the last motion.
I move
please.
to adjourn at 6:42 PM.
Support.
Moved by member Thompson, supported by member Bobson to adjourn the meeting at 6:42 PM. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries, meeting closed.
And Merry Christmas.